this is a major ailment of our time, is the ailment of hope and fear, and thinking that those two projections have power on outcomes. So we think that he doesn't call, we'll say. And so we think he doesn't call, oh, it's only because he's too nervous to get that close to me, or whatever shit your girlfriends tell you in order to make it okay that he didn't call, or he didn't call, that's just because guys do X, Y, Z. Whatever justification comes into that space, that is where you are the culprit. That is where you are responsible. So the minute somebody isn't who you want them to be, and you fill that space by telling yourself they would or could become that. Now, mind you, there are people who are not who I want them to be. And so I just say, they're not who I want them to be in that way. Okay, adjust my GPS, adjust my expectations, adjust who I think they are, adjust how I treat them according to who they are with me. Very little to do, by the way, with who they say they are. Because the other thing to remember, and this is, as we reduce everything, we forget this, people lie to themselves. That's the other thing. So we have this idea that they are deep and tricky and manipulative. Most people aren't that smart to be manipulative. It's actually a compliment to say that people could have that much attention off of themselves in order to be that smart. No, they're lying to themselves. And then those lies just roll out of their mouths to you. And then you know what? Then you're lying to yourself. And then those lies roll out of your mouth to them. And then when they work, when the lies work, oh, that's where it's romantic. When it's not, that's where they become a narcissist and you become a victim. That's all. But it's all a conspiracy. You've co-conspired, and the way out is to never project expectations onto anybody. That's the simple way out. Trust people to be who they are. Oh, okay, but they change. Yeah. So then trust yourself to pay attention in every single moment to who someone is and adjust accordingly. And I'm going to tell you the secret part of this is that's where you stop being an asshole, and that's where you start being a bodhisattva, because as a bodhisattva, your job is to be for and to contribute. And as long as you need anyone to be anything for you, anything, and I mean anything, including your mother, as long as you need anyone to be anything, as long as you need your mother to approve, as long as you need, guys to check you out, as long as you need anything, you are enslaving the world with your expectations and robbing them of your offerings, because you can't offer from a place of need. And so that's what I wanted to say to my little woman on the Instagram. And then it's like, oh, but that's just like the alcoholic who, it's like, if you had the childhood I had, you'd have to drink too. It's like, if you had the childhood I had, you would have to engage in a conspiracy with somebody, and where you split roles, and I got to choose the victim role and they got to choose the manipulator role, but it's all co-created. So then the hardest part, the very hardest part, this is, I would say, really for women and for recovery, is that you have to own that shadow creation. Every single place that you have ever been angry at somebody, you had the counterpart. Everyone. It could be as simple as an expectation, or as complex as overt denial, or as complex as people pleasing, where you don't like something and you don't say it in order to be liked, and then just build up rage and resentment until it explodes. Like, all of these are the same things. They're just the passive side of the dance. And you have to understand, anytime you're angry, you have been in the dance. The anger is the signifier. I hate this bullshit. You're angry because your boundaries have been crossed. No, you're angry because you've been a thief and a liar. That's all it is. It's really that simple. And